Hello, this is Adam with Dream Productions. This video is made possible by the very kind donations of viewers like you. Thank you. If you are in a position to help this channel improve quality and grow, please visit my Patreon page at www.patreon.com/DreamMadeProductions, linked below.
It is the 31st century, and mankind is once again at war. The battlefields of the future are dominated by huge robotic war machines known as battlemechs.
In early 3050, Shoujo Hiei Kurita left Draconis Combine space. His destination was a small world periphery side of the Lyran Commonwealth. Taking with him a lance of bodyguards, the goal was a raid in force to liberate stockpiles of supplies, bringing him glory and honor. His advanced battlemechs were supposed to give him an overwhelming advantage over the local Federated Commonwealth militia defenders. At first, everything went according to plan. Hiei Kurita's small force took a deep space route, bypassing the newly formed Free Rasselhog Republic, and achieved complete surprise. The raiders dropped in their battlemechs, their dropship returning to orbit. Running radio silent, the Combine Lance made quick work of the small security force protecting the warehouses, but when Kurita called in his dropship to fill its cargo bays, he received no reply. Switching to Commonwealth channels, Hiei found them clogged with constant traffic. Someone was attacking the Lyrans, and he was now caught in the middle. The Jade Falcons had arrived and were in the process of conquering the planet. After destroying the unknown dropship in orbit, they traced a signal to a Kuritan lance. Annoyed by the involvement of outsiders, the local star captain bid a portion of his forces to break off their current operation and deal with the interlopers. 2 points of true-born Jade Falcon warriors were selected to deal with the 5 raiding mechs. The Jade Falcons calculated any more than 2 frontline Omni-mechs would be wasted against what they assumed were outdated mechs of the caliber they had encountered thus far. Faced with an unanticipated situation, Hiei loaded his mechs with what supplies he could and left the storage warehouses. The hills would provide his forces with some relative safety, but first he had to cross the grasslands between. Before he could reach the hills, his force was stopped by 2 mechs of unknown design, and the dragon would have its first encounter with the Falcon. Turn 1. The Jade Falcon Hellbringer walks forward. The Panther also walks ahead, while Hiei in his upgraded charger holds his ground, his combat computer unable to identify the opposing forces. The Dragon walks ahead, backed up by the Panther, while the Locust charges ahead at full speed, closing the range. The Summoner walks with his Starmate as the Jenner follows behind the Locust, starting their flanking operation. Annoyed, the Hellbringer's mech warrior locks his targeting computer on the approaching Locust. His Streak SRM-6 fails to find a firing solution, but his ER PPC and ER medium lasers melt into the scout mech, reducing the left leg and torso to melted slag. The mech, suddenly legless, crashes backwards, its mech warrior pulling the ejection lever in panic. The Summoner pilot likewise targets the light mech charging at him. Unleashing his full arsenal, his lack of a targeting computer hampers his efforts. His LRMs and PPC blast missing, but the solid LB-10 shot stripping away all the armor off the Jenner's center torso. Shocked by the accuracy and firepower of the enemy mechs, Hiei Kurita orders his forces to open fire. The Jenner opens up with 3 medium lasers, scoring a single hit on the larger mech's left torso. The Panther's PPC misses. Hiei's Artemis-guided LRMs also fly at the larger of the unknown mechs, but nearly there, his computer system loses contact. Some of the missiles connect with the unknown mech's head, but most fly by harmlessly. The Dragon fires his Ultra AC-5 and LRM-10 at the other target, but only deals minor damage to the mech's left arm. Turn 2. The summoner backs off, preventing the Jenner from circling behind him. The Jenner still races ahead, but just can't get to the rear. The Hellbringer runs south. The Panther walks closer. Hiei walks his charger closer, and the Dragon runs ahead. The summoner again targets the Jenner, his LB-10 ripping into the left torso, the PPC's deadly proton stream striking the Jenner squarely on the small mech's head pod. The mech falls, the strut now completely gone. The Dragon switches targets to the closer mech, firing his Ultra AC-5 and LRM-10, but misses. The Hellbringer returns fire on the Dragon. His Streak 6 again cannot find a lock, but his ER-PPC rips into the Dragon's right arm, destroying the shoulder, and a medium laser damages the armor of the center torso. The Panther fires his PPC at the enemy mech, but again misses. Hiei adds his fire to the unknown mech, but his missiles fail to connect. Turn 3. Confident in his abilities, the Hellbringer pilot continues forward, trying to close the noose trapping the Caridans. Hiei walks his charger back while the Panther closes in. The Summoner Mech Warrior walks forward. The Dragon sees an opening. He races behind the approaching mech. Angered by the dishonor, the Summoner fires his PPC at the Dragon, hitting its right torso. The Dragon opens up on the rear of the unknown enemy. He double fires his Ultra AC-5 along with a blast from his medium laser. Both miss their target. Seeing himself becoming surrounded, the Hellbringer Mech Warrior sees an opening, using a tactic that has won him many duels. He unleashes his full arsenal on the Panther. Both PPCs, all 3 medium lasers, machine guns, and his SRM-6 locks on. He pummels the smaller mech, blowing out the right torso and arm, while heavily damaging the mech's center torso. But somehow, the light mech stays standing. Hiei Kurita replies with his charger's quad medium pulse lasers, damaging the strange mech's right torso and leg. The Panther pilot, shocked by the onslaught, somehow keeps his machine under control, responding with his only remaining weapon, his SRM-4. The missiles follow true, but half are intercepted by the mech's anti-missile system. 2 missiles do land, one on the left leg, the other finding a crack in the center torso armor. The explosion damages the XL engine within. Between the weapons fire and his engine leaking excess heat, the Jade Falcon Mech Warrior desperately throws switches, preventing his ammo from exploding, but he cannot keep his system from shutting down. Turn 4. The Summoner pilot rushes ahead to assist his now helpless Sipkin. The Dragon, shocked by the speed of the larger mech, follows close behind. The Hellbringer Mech Warrior can do nothing but wait for the mech system to restart. the Charger walks into melee with the powered down mech. The Panther jumps away, landing behind the active enemy. Hiei again unleashes his 4 medium pulse lasers on the now helpless enemy. Concentrating his fire on the right torso, one strikes the left torso, but the other 3 melt their way through, blowing out the other side. The strange mech falls, its XL engine now destroyed. Alone, the Summoner Mech Warrior refuses to give in to the barbarians. He swings his arm back, snapping off a PPC shot at the Panther, the proton smashing into the center torso, finishing off the mech. Taking advantage of his positioning, the Dragon pilot alpha strikes the remaining enemy. His lasers and missiles miss, but his autocannon rounds fail to fire, instead becoming jammed in the weapon's action. Turn 5. The Dragon holds his position, trying to lock on with his remaining weapons. The Charger backs away. The Summoner runs ahead, challenging their leader. The Summoner alpha strikes the Charger, trying to bring down the assault. The solid LB shot damaging the mech's right arm. The Dragon and Charger reply with missiles and pulse lasers, damaging the odd mech's right and left torsos. Turn 6. The Dragon runs ahead, trying to chase down the enemy, but his legs get tangled in the wreckage of the Panther. He falls hard on his left torso and right arm. He stands, continuing. The Summoner backs off, trying to minimize the effectiveness of the Charger's medium pulse lasers. The Charger follows him as close as he can. Hiei Kurita again opens up with his pulse lasers, damaging the center torso, left torso, and left arm. The Dragon fires his LRM-10 and medium laser, just cannot score hits. The Summoner Mech Warrior fires his LB-10 and PPC, doing some damage to the Charger's left torso and leg. Turn 7. Hiei Kurita backs off, not wanting the stranger to get behind him. The Dragon walks, joining his commander. The Summoner backs east. The Summoner opens up on the stricken Dragon, trying to even the odds, ripping armor off the left torso and arm. The Inner Sphere mechs reply with their LRMs, but the missiles fail to track. Turn 8. Hiei walks north, weary of the lone mech's firepower. The Dragon Mech Warrior backs south. The Summoner keeps backing east, trying to keep away from the pulse lasers. The Dragon pilot, left without a good shot, takes the opportunity to clear the jam in his ultra autocannon. The Summoner Mech Warrior fires all of his weapons at the approaching Charger, but only the LB-10 scores a hit, damaging the center torso. Hiei replies with his LRM-20, but again the missiles fail to track the mech. Turn 9. The Summoner continues to back off. The Dragon runs north, his weapon now restored. Hiei runs after the enemy mech, trying to close the distance. The Summoner fires all of his weapons at the Charger, but again, his aim fails him, and they all miss. The Dragon fires his autocannon and LRM-10, some of the heat rounds hitting the left torso. Hiei again tries to use his LRM-20, locking on and firing, but something goes wrong with the Artemis firing system, and the missiles fall harmlessly out of the sky. Hiei rages, his missiles seemingly almost useless. Turn 10. The dragon runs ahead. Hiei Kurita stands still, letting his prey come to him. The summoner mech warrior changes direction, trying to split up his foes. The summoner fires on the more dangerous of the two, his PPC and LB-10 autocannon hitting center mass. The deadly energy damaging the mech's engine, while the heat rounds blow a ring off the mech's gyro. The dragon replies with his medium laser, but misses. Hiei manages to keep his crippled machine under control, firing his pulse lasers in return, peppering the mech's armor with laser bolts. Turn 11. The summoner mech warrior fires his jump jets, moving away while reorienting in midair. The dragon runs, chasing him, while Hiei struggles with just walking his machine. The clan mech warrior again fires on the charger, trying to finish the job, his LB-10 shot damaging the right torso. The dragon fires all of his weapons, but misses the airborne battle. Hiei is more patient. He blasts the enemy's landing spot with his pulse lasers, scoring hits on the left arm, right leg, and both side torsos. The armor just can't absorb any more damage, and the lasers melt into the mech's engine, heavily damaging it. Turn 12. The summoner mech warrior, knowing his double heat sinks can keep his machine cool, backs away, his enemies almost his. The dragon runs ahead, chasing, while Hiei limps his mech, trying to keep it upright. Hiei again fires his pulse lasers, melting more armor off the enemy's legs. The summoner replies with his PPC and LB-10, hitting both side torsos. The dragon replies with his medium laser and autocannon, this time the laser hitting the right leg. Turn 13. Between the failing gyro and the explosive heat rounds, Hiei just cannot control his machine. He goes down, falling hard on his rear right torso and arm. The fall slams him against his restraints, bruising a rib and nearly knocking him out. He stays on the ground, trying to clear his head. The summoner pilot again takes to the air. If he can just take down the dragon, the crippled charger will be almost helpless to him. The dragon turns, running into melee with the landing mech. Hiei fires up at the flying mech with all of his weapons, but nothing lands. The summoner fires his PPC as he lands, but it misses the dragon. The dragon's laser misses as well, but his kick lands on the mech's leg. Turn 14. Hiei stays down, one hand on the trigger and the other on the ejection lever. The summoner backs off, trying to finish the dragon. The dragon walks after, targeting him. The dragon mech warrior is the first to pull the trigger. His autocannon rounds miss, but the medium laser cuts through what little remained of the right torso, blowing out the XL engine there. The unknown mech falls. Aftermath. One of the few encounters between the Draconis Combine and the Jade Falcons may have ended in a victory for the Combine, but it was a Pyrrhic one at best. The advanced technology of the Kharidan forces proved that even a few upgrades could turn the tide on unprepared clan warriors. Shosho Hiei Kurita's forces were broken, and now caught in hostile territory, surrounded by enemies, no matter who won the conflict. With no way to repair his charger, and the gyro too damaged to continue much further, evidence suggests that Hiei abandoned his charger. After this, his fate remains unclear. According to House Kurita, Hiei never returned to the Combine, and the Jade Falcon's willingness to share information is, well, reluctant at best. With 4 mech warriors reduced to a single damaged dragon, lost on a Lyran world, in the middle of a clan Jade Falcon invasion, we can assume one of 2 most likely outcomes. Either Shosho Kurita and his surviving mech warriors were captured by the Falcons, joining their ranks after their bond ship, or possibly as laborers. Otherwise, chances are that Hiei Kurita's well-planned but poorly timed glory raid concluded in an ending that was less honorable than he had hoped. Hello, this is Adam with DreamMade Productions. Thank you for watching my content. It really means a lot that you have given me the chance to entertain you. If you would like to support the channel, please visit my Patreon at patreon.com/DreamMadeProductions, linked below. Also below is a link for PayPal, or links if you would like to send crypto, if that's more your thing. Please know any amount that you give will be cherished and used to upgrade equipment and improve the channel. You can also help the channel by subscribing, turning on notifications, liking, commenting, and sharing my channel with anyone you think might be interested. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you enjoy the battle reps that are to come.